Step one, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step two, get some good, some food in you. Step three, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step four, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Good morning, good morning. Welcome to Good Morning Crypto, where we turn your early hours in the morning to your edge in financial freedom. I'm BC Portcourt, and over to my other side, there we go. Over here is Lunar Beaches Crypto. How you doing today?
Good morning. I'm doing well. So was up late
So was
packing. It was a busy weekend of getting the house ready. It's going to be a lot of busy nights coming up. We've got 3 weeks, and we'll be in a new house, man. 3 weeks.
Are you ready for it?
I am so ready for it, man. I'm ready to have my own office. You know what I mean? Like, get up in the office and, be left alone.
Huh?
No, I love spending time with the family. So,
Hey,
but it will be nice to have my own space when it comes to sound and being able to just do stuff almost like whenever I want without being interrupted. So
yeah,
it'll be nice.
That definitely sounds nice. I was gonna say it's nice to spend time, but it's also nice to have your own time, cause
Well, and to have your own space.
yeah, well, and it'll help you keep your sanity.
Yeah, for sure, man. Especially when you're going through you're middle aged and you're going through your midlife crisis. It's gotta be it's gotta help. You gotta have it. So what we talking about with the people today?
Well, I've got a little headline on China's lending rates, and it looks like we could definitely be seeing a Chinese carry trade go into effect. I don't know how much of that liquidity will hit our markets, but they will definitely be moving some money outside of their country because the Chinese yuan is pretty weak against currencies in their region right now, with cutting rates and pumping a bunch of liquidity into their system. Just using the good old modern economic theory like the rest of the world does, and just trying to float it along by putting more money in because, we're all going to die eventually, so it doesn't matter.
This is true.
Well, that's modern economic theory for you. You just print more money, put it in the system, and it doesn't matter because at the end of it, you're going to die anyway.
Well, it's. I mean, I don't know.
And that's
What
why
do you think? Do you think it's bullish or bearish for markets?
it really just
Short term.
so short term, I think it'll be bullish. It'll really depend on your sector. It, it's kind of going to depend on where they think their money's best parked for a longer term play though. Because if your dollar's going to be weaker against other dollars for a lengthy period of time, cuz yes, our dollar's weakening as well, and our inflation, and there's a bunch of risk that could happen, but it's still going to be better than their situation. So they're going to park it there until everything gets better and they have a chance like Japan did, where it's like, oh, we're at a very all-time, not all-time, but a very local high situation for years, where our dollar is now the strongest it's been against the US dollar. And at that point, they're going to be like, yep, time to get this money out of there because I'm never going to cash out at this high of a point again for a while. It'll take Japan hiking rates again while we cut rates for them to really unwind the rest of that. So they've still got half of their money there. It is a very long-term play. Over the short term, though, you'll see the pump, but they're just going to leave it there. It's like a 20-year investment for them, which
Okay.
it does not help their local economy at all, which is why pumping liquidity into your markets does not fix anything. It just sends money other places and fixes other places.
Sounds like meme coins.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, a little bit.
diluting your network with unnecessary liquidity,
Oh, yeah.
coinage and whatever.
Yeah, and then it just flows to other places. Yep. It's a little there's similarities where it's like if you throw crap at crap, it all turns into crap.
In the South, we call it polishing a turd.
Oh yeah. I've heard that one before. I was just trying to find the best way
Let's
to
go
say
ahead
it without demonetizing us.
without polishing a turd.
Yep.
I don't think we'll get demonetized for that.
Nope. But let's dive in.
So let's go ahead and get into that. Yeah.
Let's dive in and get these people prepped for success today. I've got the stock heat map pulled up. I'm going to go through things pretty quick. We don't have much time because we were both a little late this morning. So, got Apple up 1.23% from last week. Nvidia is sitting up 0.78. Berkshire Hathaway's down 0.23. We got Amazon up 0.78. We got P&G, who just reported big gains, quarterly gains, and they're sitting down 0.58. So might be a little sign of where people are really wanting to park their money and not in inflation-resistant assets. We got ExxonMobil down 0.28. We got Tesla down 0.09. United Health Services down 0.63. Eli Lilly up 0.09. Bless you. We got Microsoft
Thanks.
up 0.35. Google's up 0.3. And Meta is sitting down 0.08. On the crypto side of things, we got Bitcoin sitting down 1%. Nothing too crazy. We're still sitting at 68,000. Got Ethereum down 1.38, but I did see it made a decent move over the weekend. Got Solana down 0.47. XRP's doing its thing. It is up 1.5. We've got Dogecoin up 1.98. Tron sitting up 0.57. We got Toncoin down 1.31. Cardano's down about 0.5%. We've got Avalanche down 1.97, and Shiba Inu sitting down 1.48. On the economic calendar for today, we do have a few Fed chairs speaking, going to be this morning at 8:55 Eastern Time, and again this afternoon at 1, and shortly after market close, we've got another Fed chair speaking. Other than that, nothing super heavy for the Monday. Let me hop over to the fear and greed. For the stock market, we are up one point, sitting at 75. And the crypto side of things is sitting down a point at 72 after the slight move down that we've gotten. So nothing too crazy. I would like to see some cooling off on that. So we'll kind of see how it plays out. We do have liquidity on both sides of us. The heavy spot is on the bottom though. It starts at 67,800, and we've already cleared out some of the top side, but it's sitting at 68, basically exactly at 68,000. We do have the liquidity above us that is sitting at almost 70,000, 69,788. So that's the 24-hour chart. Let me hop over to the 3-day and see. Yep, it's basically all sitting below us. we've got it 67,881, and the bottom side is going to be 67,539. So, slight little range to the bottom side that could easily be scooped up. You got a Bitcoin overview for the people you'd like to give before I hop into this article?
Let's go. Let's do it.
All right. I've got your screen pulled up.
All right, let's go over it, guys. Yeah, so Bitcoin, we're sitting at $68,329 this morning currently. Let's see. So we got this downwards trending resistance that we did poke above, and we are getting some closes above it, some daily closes above it, getting a little bit of a pullback so far today. To be expected. We have been getting a little bit overheated on our RSI primed and on our trend oscillator, with our money flow slightly creeping to the upside, still not really deep in the green on the money flow on the chart prime oscillator pro plus. Link in the description, 45% off your first month. Yeah, I'm still 70K is still the one, man. So I'm still waiting for price to get above that to really start putting those bull horns back on. I'm ready to wear my bull shirt. Hopefully I'll be able to wear it soon. Let's go down to the 4 hour and see what we're looking at here. We are getting some bearish divergences in here. Let's go back to the 1 day real quick. We're also getting bearish divergences all throughout here. Every time we've created one of these bearish divergences, we've had some downside. So bearish divergence, downside, bearish divergence, downside. Now this one held up, and now we are coming back up, and we're putting in a little bit of a bearish divergence there. And also on the chart prime, or the RSI prime, go back down to the 4 hour. Looks like we got a little bit of a bearish divergence here as well playing out. Thing is that it could have already played out. Did we sweep the low? No, we didn't. I would have expected for us to at least sweep that low there. Right here, this low right here at 68. So basically that's where, liquidity resides. We know that BC was just talking about that. So the last area of demand was about right here. So that's just below this low on this candle right here. So I could see a bounce off of that. We did push down quickly to the bottom of the RSI primed, and our trend oscillator pushed quickly down. Usually when you get a nice quick push down towards some liquidity, you can get a decent bounce off of that of at least 50%. What do I mean by that is that if we were to come right down to the top of this demand zone, then we up to at least that 50% level there at 68,747 if you draw the fib from the high to the low. So I would expect at least a 50% bounce based off of supply and demand. So yeah, I mean, looking at some pullback, I mean, I don't know if I'd say that I think it's going to pull back too heavily just yet. So we still need some significant lows taken. This one in particular right here at 66,624. Take that one because that's pretty much the last swing low. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the last swing low. So I would definitely be watching that level right there. If we take that one out, then I would expect a deeper pullback. But if we can stay above it and just consolidate up here, the rest of the market catches up, and then Bitcoin can go and hopefully get above that 70K. I am ready to be bullish. So that is what I would like to see, to be honest, if I am bullish. So yeah, I mean, there's not really too much to go off of. Mondays, usually I like to let play out, and then that helps set up the rest of the week. So for right now, I would just be sitting on my hands and not doing anything because we are at the top of a range, and hopefully we've already de-risked and taken some profits from many longs from down lower, and we aren't trying to do too much at this time, as it is a risky trade in my opinion. At least swing trade, you can probably scalp it, get a break of this trend line here, come down, hit that right there, that level right there, and then push to the upside. So something to watch right there on its own, just short-term time frame. But yeah, not much else. That's all I got on Bitcoin for now.
Yeah, and we don't really have any heavy data drops coming from the US until it looks like Wednesday.
Thursday. Oh,
Existing home sales on Wednesday. So that'll be the first really heavy data drop we could get that could push things in a direction.
real quick, I am seeing that we are putting in a little bit of a hidden bullish divergence here. So this thing might pop above it before it comes down here. So just be aware of that.
Maybe grab that liquidity on the top side. Let me.
Yep.
Oh, I guess I need to share the right screen. I don't know why it always wants to change my screens around.
Shroomy.
There we go. Yeah, beautiful little PC background. But I've got this headline pulled up about China cutting benchmark lending rates. We have China's commercial lenders cut their benchmark lending rates on Monday, which was while I was sleeping, in a highly anticipated move as policymakers intensify their efforts to boost the ailing economy. The 1-year, the 5-year loan prime rates were both cut by 25 basis points to 3.1 and 3.6, respectively, according to the People's Bank of China. The PBOC Governor Pan Gosheng had telegraphed the cuts in advance on Friday in a speech he made at a financial forum in Beijing. Major Chinese commercial banks had cut their deposit rates last week for a second time this year, paving the way to lowering their key lending rates. Most new and outstanding loans in China are priced on the 1-year LPR, while the 5-year rate guides mortgages. The bundle of rate cuts came as part of a package of stimulus measures announced by Chinese authorities in September amid weakening growth momentum after months of hesitancy. China's economy expanded 4.6% in July to September quarter from a year ago, marking the slowest pace in 6 quarters. Their target is a little bit higher than ours. They're trying to see 5% growth, which isn't a very sustainable long-term thing to do. But when you've got the housing sector, which has really drugged down their economy, and the loans aren't getting paid back, you're going to have to cut those rates to get people in there and paying those mortgages on those buildings that got built that no one's really living in. Ghost cities and all. I do have one other headline that I didn't get to touch on Friday, but it's a quick little one. It's Michael Saylor. Taunts Bitcoin doubters, challenges them to short company stock. I want you to love us if you really hate Bitcoin. Basically, he goes in here and he had said, "We are the perfect instrument to short because I promise you I won't sell it. We're going to be leveraged long on Bitcoin," said Saylor, one of the most passionate advocates of cryptocurrency. Saylor said as his company MicroStrategies has been consistent and transparent in its policy of buying and holding on Bitcoin, and it was up the market to the market participants to decide if they wanted to buy, sell, or short their shares. Basically,
you can hear my sniffing.
Yeah. Yep. Hey,
I'm dying, man.
Yeah. Well, how else are you supposed to wake up in the morning? I was going off of
I
the
don't know.
comment Mark Dutch said, not your comment. But
Yeah, I mean that's what I was watching. He said David sniffing like it's Colombian sugar,
oh yeah.
and I'm like, I kind of wish I'd have a little more energy. You know what I mean?
Well, that's a good way to get no energy in the long term. You'd be like, okay, well, I did a great show and now I'm going back to bed.
Yeah, probably.
That's what I would do.
Oh, Al Schizo Jr. says Mark Dutch. Okay. Good morning, Mark Dutch. Good morning, Trade Intuition, T.I. Joe, my guy. Let's get some Theraflu, says Al Jr. Yes, let's do it. Let's see. Dutchy and Joe, what up? Says Al Jr. Let's see. Bluff City Break said, so do you turn bullish at 80K? Okay, now I know you're just trolling because PC, when do I turn bullish?
As soon as we turn 70K into support.
Thank you. Like, of course, you're here every day, so you
Yeah.
know, but it's only something that I've been saying for
Well,
quite some time now.
I can show it. I have the same line drawn out where it's like, here we go. You take out this, you turn it into support, and this whole range is now broken. And that's what we would
Mhm.
like to see. We're just at the top of the range. Wicking outside of it for a second is not too crazy to pull back into it. But if you don't make a new macro high, there is literally no reason to be bullish at all. It makes no sense. You're just going against, you're going off feeling instead of going off the data that's sitting right in front of you. We have
No
not
FOMO.
Yeah, we have not made a new high on a macro level. We are just we are just in a range. And until we
Hmm.
break the range, there's no reason to be bullish because the range is downwards pointing. There's
And that is no reason to be short-term bullish because we're both long-term very bullish.
yes.
So it's just it's all a matter of percent of time. When is the right time to be bullish? And it is not at the highs.
No.
But we do have the Dixie kind of peaking a little bit, so that's interesting.
You want to show the people
Um,
that chart real quick?
Yeah, I'm showing them right here. So this was my rough drawing. I don't even know how long ago. It's probably over a month. And we've come back. We've done the perfect back test, and it's come right back to that golden pocket of this move down. So it is, and we're printing some small candles here on the RSI primed, which means it's just showing weakness. Let me zoom in a little bit more. So yeah, we can see we're putting in some really small candles, starting to put in a purple candle here, aka red candle. Let's see. Yep. So, and that is on a green price candle. So that is actually a divergence between the two. And we also have the trend ribbon pushing to the downside as prices moving to the upside. So that is also, and a bunch of overbought blocks sitting up here as well. But everything else is still kind of green. So we just gotta be patient, but it is showing weakness. My next level, of course, would be up here at the 786 at 104.89. So if it is able to break up, that would be the next level that I would expect some resistance. But outside of that, it is already starting to show some weakness. So hopefully, with it being inversely correlated with risk on assets, we would hope to see it start pushing to the downside and hopefully breaking this low here, because that means we are really starting to go really risk on, which means our assets start to pump and move to the upside. So it is also at the top of its range. So it falling could be the catalyst to pushing Bitcoin above the top of its range. So we still have some time, but outside of that, I do want to go back to Bitcoin just for a second. We have 4 minutes, so I just want to come back over here real quick because I wanted to bring this up. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? Bars pattern. So events, we do have the U.S. Presidential election in just 2 weeks from tomorrow. Kind of crazy to think that it's only 2 weeks away, but it is. And so I put out a little theory yesterday or Saturday, maybe Saturday, about how I think this thing could go. It's a possibility. We've seen it before, but that is basically we get up to the election, and I have almost decided that we could see a sweep of the 70s, but I've almost decided that no matter who wins, we're going to get a dump. And here's the theory behind that. Okay, this is just a theory. This is not financial advice, just something I was thinking about. Let me know what you guys think about this theory. And that is that half of the country thinks that no matter what happens, or if their person loses, it's going to be the end of the world. It's going to be the end of democracy.
But it is.
Oh no.
It's
No, it's not.
It's totally
And
the
even
end.
if it is, who cares? It's time to get over it because it's going to happen one day anyway, so it might as well be this year. But but I think they'll see it as the end of the world, so half of the country will be freaking out at that time. No matter who wins, half of the country will be freaking out, one half or the other half. And therefore, we might see a mass sell-off in that time period, which ends up leading to a big long liquidation to the downside, pushing us back into this macro demand, which then catches most people off guard. We get the most people caught off guard here as we push back to the upside. And a measured move on that, if we broke out from here, would be about $128,000. So if we were to see something like this, but either way, yeah, I think that we could see a big move down after the election, regardless who wins. We also have the FOMC, so just 2 days after. Likely won't know who's president until Wednesday, unless something crazy happens on Tuesday, where it's just like, all right, well, this is it. We've already got it, whatever it is. But Pennsylvania, they do things slow. They count their mail-in ballots last instead of doing it like first thing, and their early votes don't get counted until the day of. So Pennsylvania is one of the big swing states of this election. So it's probably the biggest swing state of this election. So depending on how that goes will depend on probably who the next president will be. We'll see. But that could take, a little extra time, another, day or so, but we might not know who's president or who's going to be candidate elect until Wednesday, possibly even Thursday. But that FOMC is coming up just 2 days afterwards. So on that Thursday, they're actually skipping on doing it Wednesday because of the election and having it on a Thursday. So you can bring us both up, BC. So
I was hopping into chat.
Yeah, FOMC, the next one right after the presidential election. I'm not sure what we're looking at on that, but what do you think we will get? I'm going to pull up the Fed Watch tool while you tell me what you think we'll get.
I'm thinking pause.
You're thinking pause?
I'm definitely thinking pause.
And would that be bullish?
It really just depends on how much Chinese liquidity we end up seeing. It'll also depend on Japan's decision on October 31st. So, are they going to hike? Are they going to stay paused? That's really going to affect things. That's coming out 2 weeks before our decision. So, if they hike, we can just kind of stay paused. It might be more beneficial for our dollar, though, if we do another cut, because it'll just force the flush out quicker, and then we can be on our feet.
Gotcha. Fed Watch tool has we've got a 9.9% chance of staying pause and a 90.1% chance of 25 basis point cut. So
Yeah.
I don't see a 50. So but they are expecting at least a 25 is what it looks like to me. So
We'll kind of see. There is definitely
we'll see.
opposing viewpoints from the Fed chairs on whether they should be cutting or whether they should be pausing. So, I are they going to listen to the markets and do what the markets want, or are they going to steer the ship the way that it should be steered? So, we'll just kind of have to wait and see. What was that? What was that measured move on your little pump that you dump you had drawn out before a pump?
What do you mean?
On your chart with the whole election and the little dump afterwards.
But what do you mean? What was my measured move?
What is the measured percentage of the dump that you were kind of looking at? Is it like a
If it
20,
did sweep
30?
if it swept 70, it would be a 41% dump.
Nothing wild, which is we've definitely seen nice little 30% dumps before a nice little 70% pump before, which does not mean
Yep.
we're not bullish. It just means that normally before pump comes dump.
Yeah, it's almost always, right?
It-
It's almost always.
How else are they supposed to steal your assets from you? If you're FOMOing out because you're scared because it's dumping, they get to buy your asset from you for cheaper and ride it on out of the range, and you become the sucker.
I just don't think they'll make it easy on us. You know what I mean?
No, I don't think so either.
We'll
But
see.
we are at the top of the hour, so or
Past
the
it.
30 minute. The 30 minute, since we were both a little slow to start today. We can definitely hop more into it tomorrow when there's not a whole lot of data to talk about. So we will dive heavier into this tomorrow when we have plenty of time.
Indeed.
So thank you to everyone that showed up today. If you haven't checked out the links in the description, you might want to do that. We have some nice little things in there, like coffee and some indicators. We also have a Blowfin link. So if you want some little cashback deals, we've got that in there. We also have the Discord where a lot of our alpha is during the day. So go ahead and check that out. If you haven't liked and subscribed, go ahead and give us that like and subscribe if you're not subscribed. Other than that, do you have anything to talk to people out for the Monday?
No. Just if you think that it's going to be the end of democracy, then I can't help you. It's just another day. You survive, make money, trade. It's just another trade, man. It's just another trade.
Most
Everybody have a
definitely.
wonderful day.
Oh, yeah. Well, thanks to everyone that showed up. We're going to go fiat mine some money so we can put it in the markets. Everyone, wake up.
It's going to be a good day.